Hello, I'm Phoebe Tucker. I'm a speech-language pathologist and an assistive technology center specialist, and I have a center for autism and all disabilities. And I'm so excited, Troy, to be here with you to tell you more about the technological breakthroughs that we do at our center.
Well, this is your intro. Tell us more. Tell us more. I've been to the center, and as a matter of fact, can you explain what's going on East Main Street, Bridgeport, Connecticut? I can say that, right?
Yes.
What's the address there?
2326 East Main Street.
Okay. As a matter of fact, there is a center for, well,
Individuals with autism
Okay.
and all disabilities. And the reason we did it for autism because 1 of 88, Troy, are identified with autism since April of last year. And there are so many individuals. We specialize with those who have limited verbal ability or are nonverbal.
Now, autism. You said 1 in 88. That's 1.01% of the general population.
Yeah, it's really huge.
Of the general population of Connecticut or around the world?
All around it's
Really?
well, the United States is where the statistics are, but I have had contact with people in other countries. It's the same over there. So it is rampant.
Do we know what
And that's the
cause autism?
yeah.
Is this something that's been prevalent all along ever since?
No, I've been in the field for many years, and that's the million-dollar question. And Autism Speaks, that's where their real focus, but it's really, no one really knows at this point. There's no definitive evidence to say why it occurs. But once it does occur, it just changes the lives of everybody that is around them.
I can imagine.
Because these people see, smell, and hear differently. These lights here would bother them. They can't go into different places where there's loud noises just because of their sensory situation, which is each child or adult, because we serve from birth to earth. We don't miss anybody.
From birth, wow.
We don't, we really,
That's
I
pretty
mean, we've
deep,
had,
yeah,
we've had anyway. And what it is every child is a puzzle, or adult is a puzzle unto themselves. And you have to unravel that puzzle to find out the most effective way to instruct them. And this is what we have discovered.
So everybody has a different way of learning.
And that's what we do when people first come to our center. We have a comprehensive evaluation that we go through. We find out their learning style. Are they a visual learner? Are they an auditory learner? Or are they a kinesthetic or a touch learner? We find out how many critical elements they understand or how many important words. We find out how they're tracking, their visual tracking ability. So that because many times individuals with autism, if you stand next to them, they won't see you because they only see up to their forehead. Plus we do auditory, all different areas.
Now when you say they only see like up to their own
Tracking
forehead,
ability.
So it's something within them. It's not really physical. It's
Something specific
totally
to them.
something that wants to shut off, type
Right.
thing, so to say, to look up. So to say.
Yeah, so that's what you have to kind of, ferret this out. People, we offer a half an hour complimentary consultation where people can come to our center.
Okay.
And the two core ideas, Troy, just
Now, I
go ahead.
apologize. You say people can come to your center, meaning if they have autism, if they don't have autism,
Right.
if they're, if they just want to go there to be
learn how
different.
to read or whatever.
If you want to learn how to read, or just to walk in your doors to see what your center is all about.
Because
Okay.
yes, and it's autism and all disabilities, and that's why the concept, the core concept, Troy, that we have is that we use technology. Technology is the avenue for learning for people. I mean, we're in a technological age. iPad, we specialize in the iPad. So it's technology is a core concept, and then sensory. And sensory, we have 2 rooms which you had seen.
Yes, I have.
You go,
I have.
and if I may
I
describe
really
them, you go into the white room. You step on white cushioned floor. You see a 6-foot bubble column in front of you. And what you do to prune the brain for learning at the optimum level, they change the colors on a color-coded keypad.
Psychedelic type thing?
Yes.
Are we bringing back the 60s?
Yeah, I know. We're bringing about the 60s here. And that's what's so neat. And I don't know if you've ever heard of the cochlear implant plant, Dr. Mazenich. He had a graduate student. He's one of the most foremost neurologists in the country. And he had one of his graduate students. And they said, by doing this, they focus. They focus on what they're doing and then carrying out a task.
So go back. A cochlear
implant. That's he's just to tell him he's very noted because of that.
But again, it's not so much a plant.
No,
Those
cochlear.
are fake,
That's theory.
Okay.
That's related, but I'm just telling you.
It's
he's very significant.
He's touching on the neuros.
He's a neuroscientist. He's one of the most famous in the world, and that's why
What's his name again?
Dr. Mazenich. And he also has developed Fast Forward, which is a reading program that changes the brain configuration, which we also have at our center. But anyway, going back to the white column, and then in the corner you have a vibroacoustic ball pool.
I did see that.
Yes.
And it actually, goes
vibrates, yes.
So all the different colored balls will
move, because and the subwoofers are built in the perimeter. And what happens, I will actually work with individuals there because they're the most comfortable. They know where they are in space. They're not flapping around. They know where they are, and they're the happiest. And when you find environments that are sensory invigorating for these people, hey, that's where you want to bring on communication. That's where you want to follow.
What's that word? Metaphysical. Metaphysical training type thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So then tell us more about this center. I mean,
yes.
I have seen the juggly ball.
Yeah, I know. And then we have a leaf swing, which can hold the swing where they're cradled. And then they are rocked back and forth to psychoacoustics, which brings the heart rate down to calm.
You say psychoacoustics.
Yes.
Meaning, you're not talking about the movie Psycho.
No.
Is that music?
No.
It's calming. It's soothing.
This is Tomatis' theory. This is the 1900s.
Who?
Tomatis, anyway. He developed psychoacoustic anyway. So it's based on, the point is, Troy, it's based on research. It's not just putting any music out there. The beat replicates the beat of the heart, which brings them down to a calm state as they're rocked back and forth. Watch the fish or the lava lamps on the wall and smell lavender. And it's just a whole sensory.
Apologize. Yes. Now I'm sitting there thinking about what's that song, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds?
Really?
Supposed to be a song that was written while somebody was taking an acid trip.
Oh yeah,
You're actually talk. What it is that, folks, she has a projector with lava. I seen the fish swimming on. The fish that
projector
like
on the wall.
It's almost like how we would call a screensaver type thing for your computer. But the whole experience in the swing chair with the what do you call it, the
leaf swing
acoustic,
and the psychoacoustic background.
Psychoacoustic background and the auditory, was it?
The psychoacoustic. So you're hearing it, you're smelling it, you're seeing it, and then you're feeling it.
Okay.
So you've got four senses. And the language, Troy, that we get.
What's the last sense? Taste.
Taste, yeah. These are four senses.
With the
these
sense
are primary.
Of the lavender, it'll stimulate your taste a little bit.
So you get them in these environments, and then you get them to peak performance. We have individuals who have spoken for the first time. We have
in that room.
Yeah, but we use strategies. So it's not like just putting them in the room. Oh no, we're doing intervention. We're setting them up to learn. We're doing all sorts of things. For instance,
I can imagine.
If I put you, and let's say you were nonverbal, in the leaf swing, and I used it's called a special training that I have called prompt, where you put your hand on different areas of the oral musculature to elicit a specific sound. This is R. This is ooh. This is R, right? This is ooh, L. And they feel it.
I can see my tongue going out.
Yes. So they're feeling they're feeling sounds. They're using their voice, and they are doing things that they've never done in their life.
Before.
No, because look at the environment. I mean, that's what it's a setup for learning using this sensory.
So, in turn, you'll want to jump up and I mean,
Oh, jump-
I'm saying jump around
Yeah.
like it's the band, the two guy Ray and Jay that came on a couple of weeks ago and everything else. But again, the same concept though. You're going to stimulate the neurons to talk, to speak, to move around, to
to do things they never have done in their life.
Wow.
And then you go, as you remember, you go into the black room. And
There's a white room and a
the
black room.
And when I did that, I wanted to make a real contrast. And so there's lavender in the white room. In the black room, you smell mint. So it's a contrast. It's an olfactory contrast. And then in the black room, we have a fiber optic shower that has mirrors above them.
I did see that. You can actually sit inside this.
Lie down on this huge,
And look up?
and look there, you have beanbag, and then you look
Okay,
up
that
and
was a
you
beanbag,
see,
yes.
and you see all these, and then you hold them, and they gently change colors.
Oh.
And that's what, again,
Okay.
tactile. You're bringing the tactile in there. And then we put them.
These are all new terms to me.
Yes.
I may
Tactile
have
or
heard
touch.
of them before.
Yes. And that's why the core for these people to learn are to use vision, to use hearing, and to use touch all together
And smell.
and smell. All
And
these
smell
different
the
things.
mint and
But the
lavender.
core are the three, for learning, which we take them into the other learning.
Eyes, hearing,
And
actual
touch. And
Connect.
that's why the iPad, which I'll go into.
Okay.
But then we have this, which you saw, when you talk, you create entire scene on the wall with your voice.
I didn't mean that. Wait, if anybody's Italian out there, that wasn't.
No, that wasn't
just the
derogatory.
L.
No, that was
Okay.
an L.
Wow.
And this
I
is-
just thought about that.
Yeah. And this was developed when no one else has seen this in the world. But our kids.
And this is your brainchild. You
This
brought
is-
this to fruition.
I brought this to fruition. I found it. It took me 4 years to develop this center.
And how long has the center been in existence?
7 years.
So, I mean, you actually got the place and you started working towards this.
And this is through United
4
Cerebral
years?
Palsy,
Okay.
nonprofit organization. They had the building. We got the grants through them, and then I was able to use all my ideas to create learning environments and different technologies that some of which, as I just mentioned, have never been seen before.
Okay. Now we started off the show with autism, and you're also talking about cerebral palsy. Do the two go hand in hand, or
Not really.
But there's still.
It's a nonprofit organization. There's actually, Troy, very few people with cerebral palsy left because of our level of medicine.
Okay.
They can. So therefore, there's not that many children or adults with cerebral palsy.
So within the last, let me think, the first time I heard cerebral palsy was maybe 30 years